You have to know this. If you're in a multiple offer situation, your loan could affect you getting or not getting the contract. It sounds dramatic, but it's simply true. Michael, how can I affect whether or not I get the contract when I have to have a loan? That's a great question. Let's talk about the pitfalls first of all. If you're in a multiple offer situation and one of those offers, not yours, is a cash offer, you're already at a disadvantage. Unfortunately, the fact that you're financing a home and not paying cash for it, and you're competing against someone who's paying cash and not financing the home, already puts you at a disadvantage. But there is a way for you to mitigate that disadvantage. You can minimize it and make it smaller. And that is go all the way through the loan approval process. Now at Weber Mortgage, we have what we call a concierge program. When you work with us, we'll fully underwrite your loan, and so you'll be completely approved. The only thing that will need to be approved is the property that you find. How does that help me? You're probably wondering. Well, it's simple. The advantage of a cash offer is the fact that there's no chance for the loan to go bad. But if someone's financing, they could find out later, the seller could, that they weren't able to qualify for that loan. If we already have you fully approved, we've taken that off the table. The second part of that process is, instead of giving you a typical pre-approval letter against their cash offer, we're able to give you a seller cash guarantee. What that means is we'll pay the seller $500 cash if that loan doesn't close. All of our risk is gone because your loan has already been underwritten. So the seller's motivated to accept your offer because they have a cash guarantee from Weber Mortgage that your loan will be able to close. The only way you can get that is to go through our concierge program. Most lenders will not underwrite a loan that does not have a contract. They don't have enough staff to dedicate resources to borrowers who don't yet have a contract. But at Weber Mortgage, we put you first. We want to see you get that deal. So number one, you can be at a disadvantage by having financing just because you could be competing against a cash offer. What other ways could a multiple offer situation be affected by your financing? The company that you choose to work with. I know you may not think this is a big deal, but I promise you, the agent of the seller of the house you want to buy thinks it's important that the right company be financing that deal. What does the right company look like? Well, first of all, almost every seller's agent wants the mortgage company to be local. Why is it important that the mortgage company is local? Because if that seller's agent needs to call somebody, if they're local, they have a local reputation and they can probably get somebody on the phone. If they're one of the big national lenders, or they're maybe a smaller company but somebody who's out of state, then that seller's agent has no control over the process, and no amount of coercion can affect that mortgage company and the speed at which they move. So I promise you, the seller's agent wants to see that you've been pre-approved and are doing your financing with a local company. If you are completely underwritten and you are approved with a local company in a multiple offer situation, you will have the best opportunity to get that contract. You're going to have more questions about it than this. Your realtor's probably going to have told you something you have questions about. If you want to speak with Weber Mortgage, you can shoot me an email, you can call me on the phone, or if you prefer, just drop me a DM and put multiple offers. I'll remember the context and we'll start a conversation.